Fun tip before we start, I got a new tumbler from Target for $3 and I freaking love it. Happy Monday to that. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is Monday and that means I hauled it, but did I like it? I hope that all of you mothers had a great day yesterday. I had an absolutely amazing day and I just feel so good today from all the love that I got yesterday. So I hope that you guys got that too. And I'm really excited about today's video. I have a couple palettes to review for you guys and then a couple mascaras that I'm really excited to talk about. So if you are interested in that, then let's just get into it. So I want to start with the mascaras first, and the first one that I want to talk about is from Eve Pearl. Now this is their Glamour Lash Mascara. Now the wand on this mascara is a normal kind of wand, just a normal everyday wand that you do see with normal mascaras. I wasn't too thrilled with this mascara, honestly, and there are a few reasons why. The first reason being the price point. Now I have noticed with Eve Pearl products, I have never heard of them before, and I got a couple of them recently in a friend mail, and I was looking over the site because I was like, wow, I've never heard of this company before, I really want to check them out. They are very overpriced, incredibly overpriced. This mascara costs $22, and for me, this mascara, it works less than $5 or $6 mascaras at the drugstore. So I do not like the price of this. I don't like high-end priced mascaras. It's very hard for me to buy one. I really have to try it out in like a deluxe size sample first in order to really just go ahead and buy an expensive mascara because they do not last long. They expire very quickly. And say you get an eye infection or a sty or something, pink eye, God forbid, then you have to throw it away. And it's just very hard for me to purchase something that expensive. However, with this, it works less than even those ones do. So it makes it even less, you know, validated for me to purchase something like this, or for me to tell you guys to go purchase something like this. Something else that I've noticed about this is the formula is very dry. Now it says that it's supposed to give you glamour lashes, you know, like Vavoom kind of lashes. This doesn't do crap for my eyelashes. Literally nothing. I put this on and I was just like, did I put anything on? And I put coat after coat after coat and there was just nothing, barely any even color payoff to this mascara. It did not volumize my lashes, it did not lengthen my lashes, it barely put color onto my lashes. And a lot of product does come out on a tip when you take it out, so there is product there. It is not dried up. It's just such a dry formula that it doesn't attach to your lashes very well. And I don't have very long lashes. They kind of tend to curl in a lot. So I need a kind of wetter formula with mascaras to really grab onto my lashes and kind of fold them out from the curls that they have. So this mascara was not for me. I was not impressed with it, and I'm not impressed with the price. So this, not a good one. Now the next mascara I want to talk about is from Pacifica. Now this is a beautiful packaged mascara. First off, it's got a freaking unicorn on the top of it. Like right then and there, you know, it's most likely going to be a bomb ass product. Now this is their Pacifica Dream Big Natural Minerals Mascara. Oh, it's got another unicorn on it on the side here. Ooh. I get distracted way too easily. Now what I like first off about this product is the fact that the wand moves. You can change it. Now this is a more wet formula, so it's right up my alley. The wand is more of a silicone wand with kind of small spikes on it. It reminds me a lot of the Benefit. They're real, only the spikes are a little bit smaller. Now this has two types of ways you can use it, and the cap here has a little switch click thing here, and it starts off with volume, and you just move it down and it squinches the wand. And then if you want length, you just turn it and the thing gets so much longer. And then you get length. I thought that was so cool. Now I have seen mascaras like this and they really didn't do squat when it came to volumizing versus lengthening. It just did whatever it was going to do an either or selection. With this, I noticed that it does do what it claims with each choice that you have. If you put it on the lengthening one, it really lengthens your eyelashes incredibly. And if you put it on the volume one, you get so much volume. So not only is this cool packaging, a great formula, but it does what it claims. And that is something that I really hold a company and a product to, is if you claim something and you're putting that on your package, you better deliver it, because to me that's false advertising if you don't, and I don't want to support a company that does that. You know, if you have a bomb product, you don't need to do false advertising, and you'll get a lot more respect from me. Even if you do make a crappy product here and there, you'll still get a lot of respect from me. I will still buy your products either or. And that's Pacifica. And I mean, they're all natural, they're vegan, they're cruelty free. This is about $14.50, which is still pretty pricey for a mascara, especially drugstore side, but completely worth it. Now, if this was a high-end mascara and I knew how it worked and it was even double the price, I'd probably still buy it because of the packaging, because of the claims holding true, and because of what it does for my eyelashes. This is not waterproof, however, so it does cause raccoon eyes if you cry or if you get in the shower with it. It can be a little bit messy, but I don't care. I really don't. I like it that much. Now with Pacifica, a lot of their products, I don't get to try them because they do a lot of coconut in their products. They use a lot of coconut milk, and that's what I'm the most allergic to and sensitive to with coconut products, is the coconut milk. And they use a lot of that in their makeup remover wipes and their lotions and their makeup, and it's really hard for me to be able to review them. So I was really excited to find a product that did not have that. I believe I just stuttered. Yes, I did. So it was really nice to find a product that did not have that I could use and that I loved, because a lot of the products that I have tried from Pacifica, they were nice, but they definitely weren't worth the price. But they have that price because of them being vegan and natural and cruelty-free and just an all-around very good product company. You know, their ingredients are top-notch. So I understand their price points, but for me, that's not what I care about too much in a product. I care about its performance, and so a lot of the things fall short for me, but this mascara does not. So I would highly recommend checking it out if you get to Target. They sell their products at Target. I don't know where else they sell it. I haven't seen it anywhere else, and I'm sure a lot of you know. If you do, leave it down in the comments below. If you have tried this mascara, also leave us a comment down below. Let me know what you think, because I've seen a couple reviews on this and everybody has loved it. Alright, so let's move on to a couple palettes. And the first palettes I want to talk about are from Avon. No, this is not sponsored. I actually did receive these in a friend mail from Jean. Thank you so much, Jean. I have been using these quite a bit, trying to work with them, figuring them out. I haven't used Avon products since I first started my channel, but I have family members who sell Avon. I have friends who sell Avon, and I used to love Avon before I really got into the beauty community, before I got onto YouTube, and I didn't even know about high-end companies before I started getting on YouTube. So this was my like high-end place. This is where I shop besides the drugstore, here in Mary Kay. And Mary Kay just really wasn't for me with their products. I think that they hold, their consumers are more older, mature people, and Avon is more hip. You know, they have Lauren Conrad, or at least they did, as one of their ambassadors, and they have a lot of trendier products, and they're a lot cheaper as well. So these palettes are $8 each, which is an amazing price point. And I think they're called their True Color Matte Eyeshadow Palettes. So the first one here is in Romantic Mauves, and I thought this one was so beautiful. Now it comes with 5 shades, and what I like about these is they're numbered, and on the back it shows you where exactly the numbers go on your eyes. Sorry about that. I thought I shut off my phone. So yeah, so it's numbered and it shows on the back where to put it on your eyes versus the numbers, and it comes with everything. Now this one, I don't know if they're all like, if they're from 2 different collections, because this one and this one both have a mix of shimmer and mattes. But I looked on the website, and the only ones I saw that were palettes like this were called their True Matte eyeshadows, and that can't be true because some of these have shimmer. Most of them actually have shimmer, so they must have a matte and a shimmer side, but the other one that I have has some matte in it. Now this one did not wow me like the other one. Now the other one is called Warm Sunrise, and this is the one that I would tell you guys to just go run and grab because I absolutely love it. This is more of a warmer tone palette, of course, so I'm going to love it. I love these colors. This color here, number 3, has been my ultimate favorite. The pigmentation of this palette surpasses this one so much. This one doesn't really have a lot of color to it. It doesn't have a lot of pigment. It's really hard to work with. It tends to just mesh all together on my eyelids, but this one really stands out, and this one makes me just be like, wow, you know, like it really surpasses a lot of high-end stuff that I have. It definitely surpasses the Morphe 35O, the orange tones that I have in that one. It definitely surpasses that with those shades. They are very, very beautiful, and I just love this so much. Now, the texture is a little dry. It's a little dry, and I don't think I've ever used an eyeshadow palette where the colors were as dry as these, but they blend out so effortlessly, and that's what I care about. And the pigmentation is beyond any other product that I have, any other palette that I have. So that really shocked me, especially for Avon, and knowing that this is only $8 and they have a bunch of choices, a bunch. So this was very, very exciting, and thank you, Jean, once again. I've just been loving these. You know, Avon can be hit and miss. I do think that they're very underrated, and I think that now that they're sponsoring YouTubers for their products, they're going to be even a little bit more underrated because people are going to feel like they're being forced to, like, you know, buy. But some of their products are really amazing, and they sell so much more than just makeup. So it's always good if you know someone who is a seller of Avon to just check out what they have. They always have a lot of sales and clearance items, and if you can get your hands on this one, this is again the Warm Sunrise palette. I definitely recommend it. I mean, $8, and it surpasses a lot of high-end palettes. Now, lastly, I wanted to talk about Nude from The Balm. Now, I got this from a giveaway that I won from Kat. Thank you so much, Kat, once again. I always wanted to try this. Now, from The Balm, I really only have the luminizers. You know, I had all three of them. I did pass on one, I believe, the Betty one, because it was just too shimmery of a bronzer, but it was beautiful. But I have those, and I think that's pretty much all that I've tried from The Balm. I did have another palette from them. I gave it to my sister for sentimental reasons. We don't use the palette, but it was the Balm Jovi palette, and it's just close to our heart. So anyway, so the Nude. So I was excited to try this out because everybody talks about this. Everybody raves about this. So what I didn't know about this palette was that it was $36, and that shocked me a little bit just because I don't consider them high-end. I consider them kind of right there in the middle between drugstore and high-end, in those you only really know them from online kind of things. And I think that you can get them in stores, maybe at Kohl's, I'm thinking. I'm not sure. I think they are starting to go into stores, but very slowly and in very selective stores. So you can't really get them. They're not readily accessible everywhere. So $36 shocked me just a little bit, but the colors are gorgeous. Gorgeous. And of course, I love the name. It comes with a nice mirror here, and then you have a bunch of girls who are naked. And then, of course, covering their lady bit parts are the eyeshadows. I love the setup of this palette. I think it's completely gorgeous. The colors in this are gorgeous. They give you very light tones to pink, then they move to more like almost cooler tones right here in the middle, and then it moves to a warmer tone, and then you get your like darker shades here at the end. And I really, really like that. I like that they have a matte black here called Serious. I love the names: Selfish, Sophisticated, Seductive. I mean, they all start with S, and they're all very, very cute and feminine names. And the pigmentation of this palette is gorgeous. My only issue with it is that it is extremely powdery, and I mean, it's so powdery that I feel like I'm losing half of the pan when I use it once. Another thing that I didn't like about it was the little brush here. I gotta think for a minute. A brush. As you can see, it's supposed to be double-ended. It's not, because the first time that I used it, it fell apart. So that was not something that I was very pleased about, but also not too shocked. And I don't use these anyway. But if you are someone who does use the brushes out of the palettes, that is something to think about. But you can also take it and re-glue it with a hot glue gun. I do that with my e.l.f. brushes all the time because I love the e.l.f. brushes, but they do not stay together. So that is something to think about as well. But, you know, I'm thinking, before I knew the price, I was thinking, you know, oh, well, you know, that's okay because they're a cheaper brand. You know, they don't have to be perfect, or they don't have to hold up to this standard. But knowing that the price is $36, I was a little like, no. But overall, this palette is amazing. I do understand completely why people rave it up, why they hype it up, why they love this palette. I do think that this is a must-have in everybody's collection because it gives you such a unique array of shades that you just don't see in palettes anymore. You know, it's like the everyday woman's palette for whatever choices you want. If you want cool toned or warm toned, you're going to get it in this palette. If you want light or dark tones, you're going to get it in this palette. If you want matte or shimmers, you're going to get it in this palette. Now, there aren't too many mattes. I think that Sultry here, this brown shade, is a matte. Sexy is a matte. Serious is a matte. Sleek is kind of a matte. It looks like it might be a dark kind of browny matte, but I think Silly's glitters might have just went into it, and that might be all of that is. But so I think that there's 4 mattes versus the rest being shimmer. And I do think that I would have probably liked if maybe Snobby was a matte, just so you could have had a lighter warm tone transition color in the palette. But other than that, I really, really, really like this. It is pigmented, so if you want to use any of these shades as transition shades, you're probably not going to be able to do that because there's just too much pigment there, and you can't build it up nice to have a nice gradient effect. So you're going to have to use some other palette for that. But for the everyday woman, the everyday person who just wants to throw color on your lid, you don't want to do any fancy snazzy looks, you don't have time for that. A lot of us don't. A lot of people who work don't. So this is going to be the palette for you because this has a lot of shades that you can use 1 or 2 of them very quickly and you're going to have an amazing look. So while I don't really like the price point of this, and a little bit of it is a little janky, like the brush that comes with it, the packaging is nice. It's a hard cardboard with a magnetic closure. I think that for the price they could have done a little bit better with how the palette is and how it performs. But other than that, I think this is an amazing palette. I think that everybody would love this. It's got colors for everyone. The performance of the eyeshadows are really, really good. I just don't really care for the price point. I think that if it was like a $22, $24 palette, then it would have been amazing. But, you know, when you're not very well known, but you have a good product, companies tend to jack up the prices. So I do like the balm. I want to try more of their things. The more that I try from them, the more curious I get. And I go on the site, and the only thing that stops me is the price. Because I do know from the few products that I have, like the Mary Luminizer, that is something that I would pay $50 for. I think that's so amazing. This palette is not something that I would pay the price for. Otherwise, I think it's an amazing palette. So that is everything that I wanted to review in this I Hauled It But Did I Like It. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe on your way out. If you've tried any of these products and have an opinion on them yourself, please leave a comment down below. We would love to hear from you guys. I hope that you guys have an amazing Monday, and I will see you tomorrow, of course. Bye.